welcome to part 4 of the tutorial. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to preferences and install a package. So we can do click the atom menu and preferences, or command comma, or however you open the preferences. The shortcuts should be the same for like other OSs. But anyways, go to click install here, and then we have type script, and this is the first thing that shows up. So just click install. I have already installed it, and what it allows you to do is to run code in the atom. So command I or control I probably for Windows, and then it will show the same thing. So yeah, that's how you get that installed. And if you can't figure out how to install it, or you're using Sublime Text or something, you can just still do the same thing as before. It should be like this. So what we're going to do today is classes. So classes are useful because, for example, here we have the function say person, but maybe it might not make sense to pass in the variable person for a function. Instead, we should put the function kind of inside, like group it also with the name, with the age. So that way we can just rename the function to say hello or something, and that person will say its own name instead of we getting the person's name and then saying that hello for them. Kind of like that's how it makes sense in this example, but obviously if you're making classes for other things, you can also do something like it. So the first thing we're going to do is classes, and what we can do is class, and that's how the class, right? The class keyword, people, and then do brackets without the parentheses, because we're actually not going to take input there, but we're going to make a constructor. So constructor basically is kind of like these inputs. It's the same thing. You don't need to add function in the beginning. You just write constructor like this. And what you do is you say name, age, likes ice cream, the same thing, and I'm going to copy and paste this here. And since we named the exact same thing, if we run the code, it will break, and it will do the correct thing. So that's classes, and what we can do now is put the function also in here. So function, actually we don't write function, we just write say hello, for example, and then we just do that. So what you're going to do is do the same thing like this. So I'm going to copy the code here, and so first of all, we did this .name because name, and what this means is basically refers to this particular person, kind of. So for example, we have Bob, and then we have Joe, and they have different names obviously, and this basically is not referring to a variable that's the one singular variable, but basically for every person there's a variable called name, and that name is the name of the person. So yep, class people, and this is this. So what we do is, instead of passing in something, we don't need to pass in person anymore. We just, because we know that this person will always say its own name, so we can just replace person with this, and I'm pressing command D to edit everything else. So everything, like all the variables name person, and we can replace it to this. And here it should still be person because it's just a text. Yeah, so now what we can do is basically delete this and replace here, instead of say hello and then say people and then pass in the people, because now the function is part of the people, so we do people I dot say hello. Yeah, parentheses to call the function, so it knows it's a function, not a variable. And what we can do now is press I, and okay, I need to replace this also. So yeah, okay, now it should work. Bob, age 30, you like ice cream, and yep, everything works correctly, and that's basically how you use functions. Obviously, this is gonna get more complicated than this, but this is essentially what you do. You can declare the variables, and you can declare functions to part of it. And because I'm trying to keep the video short, I might just end it here, and yeah, I'm going to split topics into more videos next time. And thanks for watching. This is classes. Next time we're going to probably do inheritance and prototypes probably, or we can just work on some HTML thing. But yeah, see you next time.